Hey everyone, it's Jenny. I'm back with another, it's more like a mixed plate video. So I've been doing a bunch of small little projects that I thought I would just kind of throw it together into a video and share with you what I've come up with so far. Just along the way, like I've made some other projects that I was basically using these embellishments to decorate. So I'll show you what I did. I already shared it in a separate video, but that's the reason why I have so much of these is because I was working. I wanted to have I like to have embellishments already made so that when I do finally get to a project, like I can just pull out a bag and then it's like ready to go. Okay, so I did work on some flowers recently, and a lot of times I work on it because I'll have like a lot of scraps left over. So I worked on these I was working on these trucks, the delivery trucks. Look how cute it is. And sorry about that, but when I finally got happy with one of the ones that I made, which was this one, I had leftover of these papers. I had leftover papers, and so what I did was I just die cut, or I used my punches to cut to use up the paper before I throw it away. And so then I made a bunch of flowers so that I'll have these ready the next time I'm ready to make stuff. I'm actually thinking about giving the truck to somebody, and I might just fill it with these flowers instead so that I have stuff to put into the boxes. So that is one. So I'm kind of just, you might see duplicate flowers and stuff because it's gonna be by collection, because I want to match it with whatever paper collection I was using at the time to make those projects. So these are like leftover rosettes that I used when making Brittany's swap, or not swap, I keep saying swap, but it's her giveaway challenge. So I had made extra ones just in case I needed them. So now I have a few of those. This is actually the, what are they called? Sugar cookie embellishments. So I did a bunch of rosettes because I was actually going to use this for a swap that I'm in for Christmas, and then I totally changed what I was gonna do. So I do follow what Tara does on hers, which is she puts the stickles on it and it just kind of makes the rosettes pop. So, and then I like to have different size rosettes. I don't like to just have one. And I think I explained in another video that I started doing my own just scoring instead of actually using the dies. And the reason why I do that is because when I use the dies, sometimes it tears my paper and then I gotta go and like patch it with like tape and stuff. So instead of doing that, it's just easier for me now to just do it myself, like manually. So I might still use the dies once in a while, but overall it's easier for me to just score it myself. I also made these to coordinate with that collection. This is again the sugar cookie collection by Frank Garcia. And so I just made a variety of, this is all that Lori's flowers, which is crafting for fun. I just love her flowers. I just can't stop making it. And especially since Ginger and Marissa sent me a bunch of those styrofoam balls, I'm like, oh my god, I have to use them. So here's the smaller version that I make. So I just use that daisy punch and the star looking punch, and then you can get a smaller size. And I even, now that I have that new punch, I can even make smaller sizes than this, which I like. I like having a variety. Like I have a hard time using these big ones, although they're beautiful, but it's a little too big, so I can't always use them on what I'm making because it takes up like too much space sometimes. Okay, so that's sugar cookie, and then I was working on Doodlebug with for Angelica's giveaway challenge, and so look, all the things are stuck. So I made a bunch of these flowers. That's the one that Christian always uses, and then I made a bunch of these like, what are they called? I don't know. like for embellishments. So now if I want to, I can just stick something on here really quickly. I also like to put like a little tassel or something hanging from it. So, but these are all like ready to go. So I like having that. Like you can put anything on there, like flowers, or these are my favorite to put on, which is the little pinwheels. So I just sat there one day, I cut a bunch, and then I stickled them, and now I think I said in another video that I don't like, it's not I don't like it, it's just humbug to use a brad and have to punch all the holes and stuff. So now I just hot glue it, or I just glue it, and then I put a what are they called? My Nuva drops, and it's so much easier. So this one, like, I still have to stickle, but so I just do that. And then I also had a bunch of these rosettes again. So what I do with the rosettes is I just cut about, I think it's a 2 1/4 inch strip, approximately 7 inches long, and I score it all first, and then I trim it. So then if you trim it 1/2 inch, then 3/4 of an inch, then 1 inch, then you're all good. And then you have a bunch of rosettes that you can just hot glue together. So this is the Hey Cupcake paper pack from Doodlebug, and it's a lot of bright rainbowy kind of colors, so I love that. Anyway, so I just kind of used, gosh, I can't believe, like, I used almost the whole paper pack. Like, I never do that. And a part of it is just because I've been making so much stuff with for those giveaway challenges, so I'm kind of happy that I'm not just like sitting on all these collections, even though I really like it. Like, I would love to have more, but I'm just happy. I feel accomplished. Okay, so these are all my little pinwheels. The hard thing about making these pinwheels, though, is that I kind of wish Doodlebug would just have like a solid or like a print like this on one side, and then the other side can be bright, because when you make these like pinwheels, it's kind of hard if it's all, you know, it's not all solid on one side. But, you know, it's still doable. You can still use it, right? I went to town on the pinwheels on that one. I think this is one of my favorite Doodlebug collections to work with, and kind of wish I worked with it a little bit earlier, like summertime, because it's more summer colors. But, you know, I'm gonna still use it because I love it. And then I did make a couple bows. I don't know where the other bows are that I made, but I had a bunch. And that's using the Stampin' Up! Punch. Okay, and then the last thing that well, not the last one, but I did use the new, well, not new, but it's the Kate and Ash collection by, I think it's Simple Stories. So I recently got that from White Birch and Company, who is Brandy is the owner of that, and I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. It's a fun collection. So let me just kind of show you what I made. So I did end up making those bows that I love to make, that I learned from watching Wandy Sweets and Serenity Creations. They're super easy to put together, and all you need is like 1 inch strips. So I did a bunch using the collection, and I couldn't figure out what to put in the middle, so I just ended up putting these little pom-poms. So I thought that was cute. And then I did make a bunch of flowers using the collection as well. This one is a little challenging for me to use, the collection, because it's a mixture of like bright kind of colors and pastel colors and then black. So this was a little bit like not my norm. So I was having a little bit hard time. I know like Maggie Holmes does that a lot, and a lot of people like that, but I was not used to it. So I was just kind of struggling making like the flowers and stuff. I hope if I do use it for my swap, I hope that person can use it. But if not, if I'm not comfortable with it, then I might not send it. But anyway, I decided to use silver with the collection. So as you can see, it's a lot of like animal prints, and you know, these are just like a lot of geometric kind of prints. I like this heart one a lot. But you know, once you punch it, it just takes on a whole new look. This one's a nice gingham one. And then I did some bows. So I have a bunch. These, I guess I didn't stickle them. I'll probably go back and do that. I should leave them out so that I finish it before. Because if I put it away now, I'm probably going to forget. And then I'm not going to do it. And then I'll be like, how come I didn't stickle it? Right? So easy to just keep punching in. Then you're like, what am I going to do with like 10 million bows? Here's another flower. Okay, and then I made, this is the finished look of that. Let me just focus a little bit better. Okay, of that pinwheel. And then, so this is what I mean by I put the tassel on the bottom. Even to find these, like, tassel colors that match was a little bit hard. But I did it. I found some. So that's that. Okay, I put all this stuff back so I can make room for the next batch. And again, a lot of it is because I was working on other projects and I wanted to just have some of the stuff kind of ready to go in case I needed like a flower or something. And then I did do some rosettes. These I just made today actually. And then I have just like I said, when I have like extra paper, like scraps, then I just bust out my punches and I just used up the rest of it so that I have like other embellishments I can use. So look how much little flowers I made, and then I just used the Nouveau drops inside it. Oops, they're all falling out. Okay, so I made a bunch of these small rosettes. I don't know why this one doesn't have stickles. I forgot. See how much nicer it looks with stickles? And I have a bunch of small sizes. I guess I didn't do all of these. I thought I did them all. What happened? Yeah, okay, I gotta leave those out because I gotta finish stickling them because it looks weird now that some are and some aren't. Right? See? So this is like a cheetah print. I'm not like an animal print kind of person. I feel like I can't pull it off. Like sometimes I like it. I like snake skin a lot. But I don't necessarily like cheetah or like that kind of bird print and stuff. I think I'm just not cool enough for that. Like I'm a dark, so. Okay, that. See, so I made a bunch. But like I said, I have to stickle them. So those all gotta get stickled. Here's some pinwheels. And extra flowers. So that's that. And then the last thing that I want to share, which I thought was super cool, and I finally got to use it. So, so I made a whole bunch, and I will probably keep some for myself as well because I really like them, even if I share them with other people, like in Happy Mail. Okay, so the first thing up is this cute cassette tapes that I made. So this is a die I got from AliExpress. And this is actually the only one that I made correctly. Yeah, I didn't do the other ones correctly. It's neat because it even has this other die that doesn't, it just kind of embosses that thing on it, but it makes a big difference. So you really need to put that on. And then when I did it on these, I put it too high, like I was lining it up with this thing here. And then the label didn't fit. So then I had to trim the labels. But I think like this one came out the best, and this is the first one that I made. And then you have to die cut this twice, because then if you want the white in between, and then you die cut the label. So it's kind of a lot of steps to make one. So I just kind of sit there and mass produce it. But see how this one, the label is shorter. This one I had to do the opposite because it was on black. But these are all papers from the collection. This is the Doodlebug Hey Cupcake collection, because I had a couple extra. And then I made some Halloween ones, just for fun. I thought it was cute. I want to write mixtape in there. Right? Isn't that fun? Okay, and then the other thing that I made... Oh gosh, all the rubbish is like stuck. And I made a whole bunch of like blank ones so I can still play around with it. I can cut the labels afterwards for it. But I just sat there and I just die cut a whole bunch. And I think it makes a big difference in what I used. So I did make these really cute records. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. So if you're really young, you're not going to know what this is, but these are what we call records, or like vinyl or albums. So this is like the LP, and then this is like the single. Because I used to buy a lot of singles because I only wanted like the cool song. But the really cool thing is that it makes those little gouges, which is, I mean, it would have been nice if it went all the way around, but it's good enough to me. It still looks like a record. And then it gives you the other layering piece for the middle part, and that's usually where it would say what song it is. So they give you both sizes. And then it also had what it looked like. I think you can make like an actual record player where it has like the arm. But I don't think that I'm going to actually use those in that capacity. I'll probably just use it, like, I'll put this on, like, the Rosette or something. So I just made a bunch to go with that Kate and Ash collection. And I did make one just in silver glitter. But this is some of the other papers from the collection. So I thought that was super fun. I got to make more of the big ones just for myself. And then this is that, I think it's the Doodlebug one. And these are the Doodlebug ones. And that's like Kate and Ash. So that's super fun to go with the cassette players, because if you look at that collection, it's actually a lot of retro kind of stuff. Like, I saw some, I used it all. Like, it was all in the cut aparts, and I didn't have like an oh no, I did have an ephemera pack, but they have like roller skates and that kind of stuff on there. So that's, I'm also going to be cutting some of those things as well, because I have the roller skate die now. But so I have a bunch of blank records that I can now tailor to what I want. So I'm just going to leave this in here so that whenever I work with another collection, I'll be like ready to go. I just have to go cut the middle portion. So that was really fun, getting to use my dies, because I had bought those, I mean, I bought them a while ago, but I just recently got them in. So I'm happy that now I'm actually gonna use it. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but I think it's like super fun to just see the records and the cassette tapes, because it's like I'm an old lady and that's my generation. So anyway, I did also buy some clip art recently, so I gotta go look at that and see what I'm gonna use that for. I also have these that I still have to play with. I have the not a Nintendo, I think it's a PlayStation kind of thing. This is like a Switch. And then I have these like cell phone dies. I think those are kind of fun. And then I have this TV die. So I have them out so that I remember that I still want to play with them. And then because Halloween's coming up, I also want to make a few more Halloween projects before the end of October. So, but anyway, in the meantime, I've been just kind of playing around with a lot of the stuff that I have now, and starting to use it up. And I'm happy to say that I am almost done using that Kate and Ash collection. So it's kind of nice to like finish something. Like, otherwise I just have these like lingering things around. Okay, so I'm gonna go stickle these now, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.